Audit was your only fear.
Only fear.
And how much did you score in audit?
65. The rank, it is very subject. I mean, it is very like influenced by a lot of things. Like, for example, if a mark வந்து நீங்க September attempt எடுத்தீங்கன்னா that would have been add 10. I think it was supposed to add 3 மாதிரி இருந்தது. But A mark நீங்க May attempt எடுத்தீங்கன்னா that would have been add 50. I mean, I discovered this very late.
Okay.
Was this Pomodoro technique சொல்றாங்க. But slowly I got a reality check. நீ பாஸே ஆக மாட்ட.
2 marks in a day, you wrote in one place for 6 hours. Or exam for 6 hours you wrote.
3 years முடிச்சிட்டு I'll take the next paper. I'll write 3 years மாதிரி. எனக்கு அந்த feeling of missing out சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல. That started hitting. Like whenever I open Insta, my friends some culturals இருப்பாங்க. They'll be meeting out with people. So it started slowly, affecting me.
What is that one sacrifice which comes to your mind right now? The biggest sacrifice that you've done? Welcome to season 2 of CA Classrooms podcast, and today we have a really special guest, Manirupan, AIR 30.
Hello ma'am.
First of all, congratulations for your rank. So my first question for you is, did you expect this?
Honestly, no, I did not expect a rank. But in preparation கூட rank towards ஆவே இல்லை. Like from the start, okay, நம்ம exemptions came பண்ணுவோம் அப்படி தான் இருந்தது. But slowly I got a reality check. நீ பாஸே ஆக மாட்ட. Like on the moment of audit exam la.
Okay.
But then results came in my favor, right?
Okay, so when you studied, there was never a moment you even thought about rank?
No, எனக்கு exemptions வந்தா போதும் was my goal from the start.
Okay.
Rankல நமக்கு செட் ஆகாது, நீ exemptions மட்டும் aim பண்ணு, that is enough மாதிரி எனக்கு start.
So your aim was exemptions in all the subjects. That was your only aim. Rank பத்திலாம் யோசிக்கவே இல்லை. It was just a byproduct of your efforts. Okay, so exemption aim பண்றதும் it requires a lot of hard work, right? So what was that work which went in there?
I mean, I think நான் எல்லா சாப்டரும் I did honestly. Like ஒரு சாப்டர் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா அதோட study mat questions ஆகட்டும், அந்த RTP MTP, I actually had Excel sheet where for each subject மாதிரி I had an Excel sheet. And Excel sheetல வந்து I'll have one column of study mat questions ஆகட்டும், RTP questions ஆகட்டும். So இது மாதிரி I made sure my preparation was very structured மாதிரி. எனக்கு I want exemption, அதுக்கு obviously work நீங்கள் போட்டு தான் ஆகணும். So that was very structured. So once it was done on the green box மாதிரி I used to make. So அது மாதிரி I did for all the subjects.
எல்லா சப்ஜெக்ட்டுக்கும் you had a master Excel sheet telling you all the questions from study material, giving you questions from RTP, MTP, the chapter wise. You did that Excel by yourself. Did you share it with your friends at all, or?
No, I mean நான் இதே YouTube வீடியோ தான் பார்த்தேன்.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும் போலன்னு.
Okay. So you thought இதான் எல்லாரும் பண்றாங்க, நானும் இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணலாம். So questions practice பண்ணி பார்க்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தான் you started. So the second you saw that you got all India rank, did you see the results, or how did that happen?
இல்லை, like என்னோட எக்ஸாம் ரிச்சுவல் எல்லா டைம் எப்படி இருக்கும்னா I'll make my sister see and she will send the result to me like by WhatsApp அது மாதிரி. So I send my details like 10:30 அது மாதிரி I send my details and I went on playing PC games very.
Okay. At that time you knew you will pass for sure?
No, on the audit exam அந்த fear இருந்தது, but I was like பார்த்துக்கலாம் அந்த மைண்ட் செட்டில் தான் வருது.
Okay.
Then I sent her the link and everything.
Audit was your only fear?
Only fear.
And how much did you score in audit?
65.
65.
இல்லை, when audit exam முடிச்சுட்டு வீட்டுக்கு வரும்போது I tried calculating the marks. So maximum I think I got a 43-44 now.
Okay.
So I was okay, பார்த்துக்கலாம். Then I went for FMS. Anyways, on the result day, I sent the link to my sister and I told நீ பார்த்து சொல்லு என்கிட்ட அது மாதிரி.
Okay.
But she didn't know which website, which link, I mean which of the things or options to click. She checked first intermediate or merit list. That was the rankers தனி like இருக்கு by chance.
Okay.
And she sent that image. எங்களோட family group she sent that image. எங்க அப்பா அம்மாவுக்கு புரியல இதனா மார்க் வாக்க வரும்னு சொல்றாங்க, தனி இதுவாக இருக்கேன்னு.
ரேங்க் அது மட்டும் தான் இருக்கு.
Then my parents started crying, even they were aiming பையன் பாஸ் ஆனால் போதும் மாதிரி. But the rank வந்ததால they started crying and obviously I shouted at her, marks டக்குன்னு அனுப்புன்னு. Then I mean result were in my favor.
Amazing. நிறைய பேர் they work for a rank, அவங்களுக்கே கிடைக்காது. It's come like a blessing for you, but definitely hard work போட்டதுனால தான் you've gotten that for sure.
இப்போ rank it is very subject. I mean it is very like influenced by a lot of things. Like for example, இப்போ A mark வந்து நீங்கள் September attempt எடுத்தீங்கன்னா that would have been add 10. I think it was supposed to add 3 மாதிரி இருந்தது. But A mark நீங்கள் May attempt எடுத்தீங்கன்னா that would have been add 50 maximum.
Okay.
So I I mean, aiming for that is very difficult. Like, it is influenced by a lot of things. You can aim for honest, good marks, is what I feel.
And I feel you did that and you actually got it at the end of the day. Congratulations to you again for whatever you achieved so far. Manirupan, I want to know your journey. You had 9 months for your CA Inter, correct? So, adile evlo months did you actually study? How many number of hours you study? And what and all you did in that 9-month period? Can you tell me?
First of all, in like 11 months, we had extra 2 months married.
Okay.
So, result one day, like 1 week, like I started my classes married. And my daily routine was first class, papa.
Okay.
Then on the homework, I'll do the homework. And abhidan it was going. But, and like, I did not enjoy it that much. In the new shift of routine, I did not enjoy it that much because I used to play games like all day till my results.
Okay.
So, adikaprama in the just classes, I thought in the very difficult but it was more difficult than I expected during the lectures time also. Like typical morning is 7 o'clock, I think or 3-4 work lectures very pogum. Then I would take like a small tea break, I'll take a nap, and then I would I'll just go through evening and I'll sleep.
Okay, so that is like about 7-8 hours.
Of effectively
7-8 hours effectively every day for 11 months.
No, for the like and the lectures what you require. I think till September 2nd week, this was the situation.
Okay, so after the lectures got over, how was your study prep?
When lectures got over, and there is no panic situation where like I don't know what, if I start for at all because revision, lot of my friends they started revision by August itself. Like I made too late so now YouTube first like what is to be done
Okay.
first accounts okay, we'll finish accounts, but accounts I think there are around 31 chapters.
Yeah.
So thankfully I found the Karthik sir and the important days video. So other base both first and second revision of accounts were like on the A's I'll load it down, I'll do it first, then on the remaining thing I think he divided it into like 3 parts, like either must panano. So I followed that order.
So you followed the same order after finishing off all your classes.
4 revisions.
Appo how many hours were you able to clock in?
First, எனக்கு அந்த யூடியூப்லாம் பார்த்து கொஞ்சம் இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் ஆகி ஓகே 12 hours 14 hours I'll push myself is what was my first thing.
Okay.
But எனக்கு அது செட் ஆகலை. Like I think maximum ஒரு 10-11 hours honestly படிச்சிருப்பேன்.
10 hours.
But starting in September, I think 7-8 hours was maximum. Like it slowly கொஞ்சமா increase பண்ணேன். Like I made a lot of changes in my routine and all. Like like lunch I used to eat like half an hour 40 minutes on the YouTube பார்த்துட்டே சாப்பிடுவேன். Like I changed it to 10 minutes.
Okay.
So there were a lot of things I changed.
YouTube na educational content on YouTube
Normal chill, I mean,
so chill. Manirupan, I want to know about the journey of the revision, studying and all of those things. Inga classes September la mudiching, okay, after that you had solid 3 to 4 months in hand ilya. Can you tell me adu eppadi padichinga, adu how many revisions did you make sure that you do, adu pathila can you tell?
என்னோட main focus என்னன்னா we have to do group by group I mean preparation first group 1 strong இருக்கணும், then I'll move to group 2 மாதிரி. So September 2nd week all the classes were done. So September 3rd week is when I started watching regularly Karthik sir. Then other base panni accounts preparation went. Then I didn't do like 2 subjects at once. I just took 1 subject and I did the same.
Okay.
So around I think 10 days I took for accounts. And again I use a lot of Excel sheets and right from my first revision I started marking questions for example there are 20 questions in a lesson I wanted to bring it to 10. Then next second revision I wanted to bring it to 5 then next last 1.5 days like 2-3 questions so
important questions or difficult
questions like first revision it was my longest
Okay.
like I used to work out a lot of sums accounts costing tax
Okay.
and for law and audit I used to write a lot. First revision like any question like 5-6 point I full எழுதி பார்த்து தான் next மாதிரி போவேன்.
Okay.
So it was a lot of writing in the first revision and I made sure to make things short like concept முடிச்சிட்டு and important questions for the next revision is what I got.
Okay, audit also you did the same thing, that you finished the concepts and then you did the questions from study material and RTA MTB. That's all you did, nothing else.
Nothing else.
Okay, super. So approximately up evlo hours? did you clock in? And the 4 months after your classes?
I think 10 to 11 hours standard because I was not able to push myself beyond that. Like, I tried 13 hours once,
Okay.
but எனக்கு அது ரொம்ப ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட்டிங்காக இருந்த மாதிரி இருந்தது.
So 10-11 hours comfortably you were able to study.
I made sure என்னோட என்வரான்மெண்ட் எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக இருக்கணும். ரொம்ப if I push myself எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் like next day வந்து it was very hard. Like one day I did 13 hours, the next day at 6 hours or 7 hours இருந்தது. So I think 10-11 hours consistently is enough.
Distractions is something everybody has, correct? I'm sure you also would have faced in terms of friends or Instagram reels or YouTube shorts. How did you come out of those distractions, or you did not even have those distractions?
Till that 9 months and I think 6-7 months of study lectures period, I used like Reddit, Discord, Instagram, YouTube. I was using like konja, but I think self-study vandamode first 2-3 days வந்து நான் சும்மா ரீலுக்கு போவேன். Like I won't be aware that okay 3-4 hours அப்படியே அங்கேயே போயிடும். Then I would realize. Then கொஞ்சமா I started uninstalling like Instagram and all. I think Instagram uninstall பண்ணிட்டு Discord, Reddit uninstall.
You uninstalled all the apps.
Like last 3 months very.
Okay.
But I kept YouTube. I mean YouTube adverts and that. But on YouTube also I started watching shorts.
Okay.
So then my parents சொன்னாங்க உனக்கு even if you uninstall all the apps, even if you don't use the phone also, நீ படிக்க மாட்ட அப்படின்னு they told. Because it's about self control. Long term வந்து for someone to be not distracted, it's about self control. Like even if you uninstall all the apps in your phone today, like tomorrow also you'll be distracted by some other is what I say. So self control I think I placed more importance during the last 2 months and very.
Manirupan எவ்வளோ revisions பண்ணீங்க அதை பற்றி சொல்லவே இல்லையே.
Initially I planned 3 revisions because I thought okay 3.5 months time I could do 3 revisions, but then I changed. I think 2 proper honest revisions is fine Mari.
Okay. So apart from classes, like classes போகும்போது I did like self study like on the evening times okay. But then during the last 3.5 months Mari, I made sure through 2 proper revisions இருந்தது. I purposefully made sure my first revision was longer. Example, I think a lot of people they do one group, I think 1 month they allot. I allotted more time for group 1. On the tax, I felt on the tax like it needed more time, Mary. So I allotted more days for those. So 2 revisions is what I did. Okay. Is there any technique which you followed which you feel it will be helpful for the other students who are studying now?
Firstly, on the Excel sheets I used for all the subjects, I actually had 2 Excel sheets, Mary.
Okay.
First Excel sheet, it was I made a planner. I think I saw search video regarding like any weekly plans Mary podunga. Okay. It will be useful, Mary. So ella week ko I made a plan, Mary. I didn't like proper follow பண்ண முடியல, but it gave me like என்னோட skill, என்னோட capability, it gave me a lot of insights, Mary.
Okay.
And then second Excel sheet was regarding in the எல்லா சப்ஜெக்ட்டுக்கும் வந்து chapter name. Then another it was like study mat, RTP, MTP, PYQ. And then once I'm done with the lesson Mary, that tick my board in there. Okay. So that gave me a lot of satisfaction also. Like I think what students lack generally is if let us say I finish a lesson now, they don't get any kind of satisfaction. Like na mudishtan and the feeling is I don't think in the 9 months journey kadaikom. So I made sure in the Excel sheet I mean in the to-do list I made a lot. So enakku satisfaction na mudishtan. And the confidence on these things gave me. Like on the last 1.5 days, like I went and saw that Excel sheet. Like full green mari irukum. That gave satisfaction. Na pannidala mudichidala that confidence I got from first times.
Nice.
And another important thing I used, I mean I discovered this a day late.
Okay.
Was this Pomodoro technique solranga.
Okay, can you explain?
That was like in the time வந்து கொஞ்சம் கஸ்டமைஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். But it was like 1 hour studying, then 10 minutes break. அது மாதிரி ஒரு studying break வந்து ஒரு proper session மாதிரி they had. So initially I used my watch timer மாதிரி I said 1 hour படிக்கலாம், then 10 minutes வந்து break கிடைக்கலாம்னு. Startingல I was not even able to do 1 hour also. Okay. And September and the endல வந்து I was doing 25-30 minutes max. So then I got distracted மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் and the restless I started feeling. But poga I got used to this. I think over 1 hour studying, then 10 minutes break, Mary. Okay. I did slow today.
Okay, nice. You mentioned that around September you discovered CA Classroom YouTube channel. So how did that help you? What kind of content helped you?
எனக்கு மெயினாக வந்து I did not have any direction in subjects like auditor இருக்கட்டும் அக்கௌண்ட்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும். எனக்கு என்னென்னா அந்த அக்கௌண்ட்ஸோட போர்ஷன்ஸே it was like 30 lessons வேறு இருந்தது. So it was very difficult for me to navigate through like எது ஃபஸ்ட்டு படிக்கலாம், எதுக்கு more importance கொடுக்கலாம். that's when Karthik sir and I think revision videos are got I think he made a video about AS2 and Maggie, I feel. That was the thing that caught my like reaction. I mean, like YouTube, I didn't explore regarding CA Mary.
Okay.
But this was one of the videos which, you know, I started watching his content a lot. Like, உங்களோட last, I think 30 days in the குட்டி story ஆகட்டும். Then உங்களோட expected questions ஆகட்டும். சாரோட I think AS ஓட marathons ஆகட்டும். I started watching regularly Mary.
Okay.
எனக்கு அந்த எக்ஸ்பெக்டட் கொஷின்ஸ் வந்து லைக் என்னோட ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் அது பேஸ் பண்ணி இல்லை, பட் ஐ மேக் ஷூர் அது ஃபஸ்ட்டு நான் முடிச்சுட்டு ஒன்ஸ் ஐம் கம்ஃபர்டபுள் வித் திஸ் ஐ மூவ் ஆன் டு த ரெஸ்ட் மாதிரி ஐ did the thing.
Okay, so you used expected questions like a revision for you after you finish studying.
இல்லை பிஃபோர் even I start revision, I mean இப்போ சப்ஜெக்ட் எடுக்கிறேன்னா ஐ மேட் ஷூர் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆடிட் எடுத்தும் போது ஐ வாஸ் நாட் ஷூர் இது வாட் டு கவர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மாதிரி. தென் ஐ saw your expected like questions or video like what important chapters and all நான் பார்த்தேன். Then example chapter on the 1, 11 and that I think 2 la it was important. Adan first mudichittu then I did everything else. Okay, so your priority I gave this, but this is not enough Pari, but the priority should be given to this Pari.
Definitely. So on the important chapters nu solradha you finished off first, but you made sure that you completed everything.
And the 2 revisions kondu I made sure na full I mean na padichen because last 1.5 days it was very uncertain Pari. Ekala mudiyuma mudiyadha I was not sure. So இப்போ டைம் கிடைக்கிற வரைக்கும் I'll finish everything மாதிரி I made sure.
Nice, very nice. Manirupan, இப்போ தியரி பேப்பர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா you will have to study that separate different way and practical paper in a different way. Did you have like 2 different strategies? What was your take on that?
Basically what my seniors advised was the theory na I mean theory இருக்கட்டும் practical இருக்கட்டும் உங்களோட first revision ல like that is your I think October starting ல இருந்து அந்த end வரைக்கும் நீ நிறைய எழுதி பாரு like எல்லா தியரியாக இருக்கட்டும் ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக இருக்கட்டும் டூ a lot of sums இருக்கட்டும் do a lot of questions இருக்கட்டும் and that was my first revision. That's why it took me longer. For example audit na ella I made sure like most of the book நான் எழுதி பார்த்தேன். Even though it took a lot of time நான் பரவாயில்ல I wrote it down because that helped me my retention longer. Like I was able to retain things longer because I wrote them down instead of just சொல்லிட்டு போகிற மாதிரி. And for practical subjects like example costing costing accounts you have a lot of questions. If study matter you will have a lot of questions. That's RTP MTP la irukum. So ninga first revision la obviously ella podunga, but then in the Excel sheet I had a separate column important like marked questions mari adala I used to write down these questions are important then those questions only I did next revision along with the concept mari.
So you kept reducing your number of questions so that your time also kept reducing for each and every revision to sum it up. Correct? Okay. So CA usually is a lonely journey, correct? And boredom also it keeps coming. Ungalku andha madri how was your mental health in your preparation period, and considering you had 11 whole months, so how did you take care of your mental health?
Firstly during the start of the lectures and the excitement I did not give much importance to mental health.
Okay.
But as group 1 got over Mary and எனக்கு அந்த feeling of missing out சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல that started hitting. Like whenever I open Insta, my friends some culturals இருப்பாங்க, they'll be meeting out with people, so it started slowly affecting me very, but I couldn't do anything about it. Like even I can't go to a culturals very, but then I found my ways at home through which I can improve my situation very. Like எனக்கு என்ன I felt and this journey is very monotonous சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல, like you do the same thing again and again. So I started trying new things. Like June when group 1 classes got over, I started learning ukulele, a small instrument it's called. I know to play
guitar madri.
So I bought it na June I started playing it like half an hour every day. Okay. So even though it was not much, like it gave me like a new refreshment very okay. So now I started looking forward every day and பண்ணலாம் it was like thing. So புதுசா ட்ரை பண்றது I think is better, like something you can start walking in terrace or something like every half an hour. So in the monotonous routine break பண்றதுக்கு we have to do something. I think that will help in your health also a lot. And I think talking to your friends I think non-CA friends and your family also will help a lot in this case.
I feel that would have been really refreshing because music itself refreshes you, and on the state of mind if you come back to studies also productivity will definitely
like I used to watch on the YouTube like tutorials and all like how to play and then over 15 minutes Mary I learned, then other 15 minutes I would play, then I would keep it away, then I'll go back to studies right.
That's really nice that you actually developed a new hobby when you were preparing.
I think these new things உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் mental health கொஞ்சம் it will make things better I think.
Definitely. Did you refer ICAI study material? Whatever said and done, that is the Bible, correct? So, நீங்க அதிலிருந்து படிச்சீங்களா or did you refer some other book?
இல்லை லைக் டியூரிங் த ஸ்டார்ட் ஆஃப் மை லெக்சர்ஸ் itself and the faculty books I compared with my ICAI study mat மாதிரி எனக்கு தெரியும் that if you write ICAI study mat words then they're going to give you marks.
Correct.
But I made sure என்ன நீங்கள் faculty books எடுக்கிறீங்களோ that keywords match இருக்கட்டும் like they don't skip any like a lot of cases they skip some portions and all. So you have to make sure that this is எல்லாமே கரெக்டாக இருக்குது and then I think you can refer the faculty or the notes for the same.
Okay.
Because especially for theory subjects வந்து உங்களுக்கு retention I think it will be easier if you study things in points இருக்கட்டும் with keywords and the mark இருக்கட்டும். If you take IC study mat everything is in black and white, so உங்களுக்கு அந்த retentionக்கு I don't think it will be very helpful. But if you take a faculty or notes na like அந்த கலருக்கு வந்து I mean I think it brings happiness also to me. கொஞ்சம் கலராக புக்கை பார்த்தா லைக் சின்ன வயசில் பார்க்குற மாதிரி it felt கொஞ்சம்
True. That's right. How important is test series? I know you wrote mock tests. When did you decide to write? And why do you think it's very important to write tests?
இல்லை from the starting of my journey I know எனக்கு ஒரு பிக்சர் மாதிரி இருந்துட்டு I'll write 2 mocks then I'll give the exam மாதிரி because mocks ஏன் mocks are importantனா உங்களுக்கு like where you stand அந்த தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு for to evaluate yourself I think mocks are very important. So நான் என்ன பண்ணேன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் குரூப் 1 ரிவிஷன் முடிச்சுட்டு then I just went through the like recent MTV மாதிரி ஒரு I mean அப்போ செப்டம்பர் டைம் it was released மாதிரி ஸோ சும்மா பார்த்தேன் எல்லாம் முடியுமா அது மாதிரி once I got the confidence I went to group 2 revision. அது முடிச்சோடனே then I started giving on the last 30 days I think in December month I started giving mocks மாதிரி like I gave myself 2-3 days preparation time then mock.
And properly you wrote 2 mocks for all subjects? Okay.
I wrote 2 mocks in a day which I think if I went back in time I would have avoided very like I would prefer people to finish a group give mocks for that particular group then go to the next group very.
Okay, 2 mocks in a day now you wrote in one place for 6 hours or exam for 6 hours you wrote
3 years முடிச்சிட்டு I'll take the next paper I'll write 3 years very.
Okay.
But I don't think this was the most effective Mary.
Okay.
I think ஒரு group முடிச்சிட்டு you have to like you can give yourself 1 mock so that அப்போ தெரியும் like where you stand very then and the improvements can be made like immediately then next you can go to group 2 and then mock then overall next mock very like so again 2 mocks proper I think everyone should give.
Yeah. CA journey there are so many sacrifices which many students make and for your efforts from whatever I've heard definitely there should be sacrifice. What is that one sacrifice which comes to your mind right now, the biggest sacrifice that you've done?
During the first week of December Mary and I felt studies is not good enough Mary and a constant disturbance வந்துட்டே இருந்தது I felt restless all the time. Like example எங்கள் வீட்டு பக்கத்தில் like some construction was going on and இதெல்லாம் it didn't bother me much like earlier times but கொஞ்சமாக it started bothering me and I felt I wanted to go out somewhere. So one night where I made a phone call to my uncle like he's living in Salem. ஸோ அவர் கால் பண்ணி நான் வந்து படிக்க வாங்க ஒரு மாதம் வந்து படிக்கிறேன் எனக்கு இங்கே I don't take this environment but I felt so அது டக்குன்னு நைட்டோட he was able to book a train for me and I went there மாதிரி. So last 1 month in December time I did not spend much time with my family மாதிரி because I was alone mostly alone. ஒரு ரூமில் உட்காந்து எல்லா எஃபோர்ட்டும் போட்டு நான் படித்தேன். I did not spend my time doing anything else மாதிரி. அந்த டிஸ்ட்ராக்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கும் லைக் அந்த யூடியூப் ஷார்ட்ஸ் ஆகட்டும் ரீல்ஸ் ஆகட்டும் பட் அந்த கொஞ்சம் யூ கேன் ப்ராக்டிஸ் செல்ஃப் கண்ட்ரோல் அண்ட் ஐ திங்க் யூ கேன் டூ இட்.
That last 1 month staying away from family, I'm sure that too definitely boosted your marks also because that change of place.
I mean that's what I told earlier also like கொஞ்சம் change and in the monotonous routine break பண்றதுக்கு like some change you have to incorporate here and there.
Okay.
Like change.
Munadi it was like playing an instrument. அது பிறகு change of place, moving to another.
Like கொஞ்சம் it will make you feel better very. And I would definitely recommend people to go for a walk every day like konjo. I think these things are important for you to to remain consistent very. Like if you push yourself like 13-14 hours a day like but you have to make sure in the other aspects of life also you don't miss out very like on the exercise பண்றதா இருக்கட்டும் going out on a walk இருக்கட்டும். I think these are important to remain consistent.
Definitely. So இப்போ சென்னையிலேருந்து ஒரு ரேங்க் ஹோல்டர் வருது, ஐ எம் ஷோர் யூ வாட் ப்ரைட் டு த சிட்டி இட் செல்ஃப். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ அன் அஷூரன்ஸ் தட் இங்கேருந்தும் ரேங்க்ஸ் வரும். சவுத்லேருந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய ரேங்க்ஸ் கம்மியாக தான் வரும். ஸோ வாட் யூ வாண்ட் டு டெல் த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் ஸ்டடிங் நவ் இந்த மாதிரி யூ கேன் மோட்டிவேட் தெம் தட் திஸ் இஸ் பாசிபிள் இல்லையா? யூஆர் லைக் அ லிவிங் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் தட். வாட் யூ வாண்ட் டு டெல் தெம்?
I think main advice would be that நீங்கள் என்ன படித்தாலும் ஹானஸ்ட்டாக படிக்கிற மாதிரி. இப்போ எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு சாப்டர் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா யூ மேக் ஷோர் தட் இட் இஸ் 100% done. Like I see a lot of people just because they want to complete that portion, they don't do anything like deep enough, Mary, I feel. இப்போ ரீசெண்ட் அட்டம்ப்ல இப்போ எக்ஸாம்பிள் லாவாக இருக்கட்டும் ஆடிட்டாக இருக்கட்டும் ஐ ப்ரூவ் தட் லைக் ஒரு சாப்டர் எடுத்திங்கன்னா யூ ஹவ் டு டூ இட் வெல் எனஃப். ஸோ ஐ ஃபீல் நீங்கள் லெட்ஸ் சே யூ கவரிங் ஒன்லி 80% ஆஃப் த போர்ஷன்ஸ்னா கவர் இட் அந்த 80% கவர் இட் மாதிரி கவர் இட் ஃபுல்லி மாதிரி லைக் இப்போ ஒரு சாப்டர் எடுத்திங்கன்னா மேக் ஷூர் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் டன் தென் மூவ் ஆன் டு நெக்ஸ்ட் சாப்டர்ஸ் இஸ் வாட் ஐ வுட் ரெக்கமெண்ட். லைக் அகெயின் ரேங்க் இப்போ வந்து இட் கீப்ஸ் சேஞ்சிங் எவ்ரி அட்டம் த அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் மார்க்ஸ், பட் யூ கேன் பி ஹானஸ்ட் யுவர் செல்ஃப் அண்ட் மேக் ஷூர் உங்கள் 100% நீங்கள் கொடுக்குறீங்க, தென் ரெஸ்ட் வில் கம் டு யூ.
I'm sure looking at you, a lot of people will start thinking நம்மளும் rank எடுக்கணும் like Manirupan. Yeah. So you will definitely be an inspiration for all the students who are writing exams in the coming attempts. Thank you so much, Manirupan, for coming here and sharing your insights and also your time. I'm sure you will aim for a rank for CA final. I'm sure you do that, and I want to see you as CA Manirupan very soon with a rank. Thank you.